This one pains me to say, Marcellus. We're not going to see GOAT Tom Brady in Tampa. And I'm reminded of, who was it, Nick Anderson for the Magic, when he said 45 Michael Jordan ain't the same as 23 Michael Jordan.
Brady changed his number?
Tampa Bay Tom Brady ain't the same as New England Tom Brady.
I feel you. I feel you.
But let me remind you, and let me remind America, if we can take a look at that Super Bowl clip, the last time we saw GOAT Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl in that GOAT season against the Eagles, even though he couldn't bring it home. And it was at this specific moment when he dropped the pass that not only did he lose his super GOAT powers, he lost the game as well.
You really
because
believe it?
No. After this play, Marcellus, Tom Brady's completion percentage had dropped by 8%, and it's been dropping ever since.
What year was that?
That was in 2017. 2017 season. The 2018 Super Bowl. Because think about this, Marcellus. His touchdowns since that moment dropped by 10%. And then they went and they dropped by 20%. He's less. His yards per attempt significantly down by 1 yard from 7.6 to 6.6. But more importantly, he also lost his weapon in Bill Belichick. See, because remember, what we know is that Tom Brady plus Bill Belichick equal greatness. Tom Brady plus question mark is still equaling TBD. And so I don't think we'll see the GOAT Tom Brady in Tampa, Marcellus. But if we're being honest, we haven't seen the GOAT Tom Brady in about 3 years anyway.
Yeah, look, I don't want to go at Emmanuel Sanders too tough. I actually like him. He's a cool cat, great player.
Great name. Great first name.
He's stupid. This is insane already. Like, how much equity should you have if you're a GOAT? Like, first of all, there shouldn't be GOATs. It shouldn't be plural. It's a GOAT. And if you are a GOAT, damn it, I could just switch uniforms and have one bad game and also, he ain't the same. I hope he's not talking about just X's and O's in terms of performance. I hope he was just going to the place of, I don't like Tampa's uniforms as much as I like the Patriots, even though I disagree with him there. Tom looks good in that uniform, and he will look good in terms of production. Permission, Acho, to use numbers, since you just did. Permission, Acho, to go in the pass, since you just did. I can't believe in one block you talk about, you got to talk about numbers and all that. You start talking about yards per attempt and all that. So now let me beat you at your own game. Tom Brady, 2014. You know what happened in the draft that year?
What happened?
They drafted Jimmy G. You know what happened on the field that year? 2014, the New England Patriots lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Remember that game when you were like 9 years old? 41-14 on Monday Night Football. The Chiefs, oh my God. Now the Patriots were 4-4, lost in front of the entire world. Oh, everybody wrote them off. No more Super Bowls for you guys. It's been 10 years since they won one. Oh my God. Jimmy G, you're on the clock. It's time to replace Brady. This is 2014. You know what he did the rest of that year? Just that year. Went 10-2 the rest of the way, 65% of his passes, 29 touchdowns, 103 passer rating, and won a Super Bowl. But I remember how the sky was falling. Emmanuel Sanders and Acho in their cribs saying, it's over in New England. But I have to continue. 2016, I heard it again. The GOAT, it's over. Tom Brady's done. Deflategate, remember that? He got suspended. Oh, my God. You know what he did since then? Oh, my God, this dude has won 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls since this, 2014. Won 3 of them, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and an NFL MVP since they started to write it was over for the GOAT. My point is, how many times y'all gonna go to this well before you realize it's dry? Or are you really just trying to play, we're gonna just wear this narrative out until it finally comes true when he's 50?
Marcellus,
which one is
if I was 9 in 2014, that would make Tom Brady 23. And the fact of the matter is, Tom Brady is 43. So stop living in the past, Marcellus. I understand that you made the NFL's top 50 twice in a row back in 1988. I understand that. But Marcellus, you have to assume you got a bright future ahead of you. There's a reason that the rear view mirror is way smaller than the mirror in front of you. Because you got to see where you're going. And the fact of the matter is, you stay looking in your rear view, Marcellus, because your glory days are behind you. My best days are in front of me. That's why I look ahead. Tom Brady, if I'm looking in the recent, If I'm looking ahead,
just show me a clip from a Super Bowl.
If I'm looking at yes, because you got to know your past.
What did when I go there? You
to know your present success. Marcellus, the problem is you keep going to 2014, bro. Just look last year.
2016.
We don't have to. Okay, that's still 5 years ago.
Okay.
Can you look last year?
Okay.
Look recently, Marcellus.
What about
the recent stats say that Tom Brady ain't been the GOAT. So now you're going to take Tom Brady, give him a new running game, give him a new OC. Give him a new head coach. Give him a new city. Give him 2 wide receivers who are ball hungry. Give him his old tight end plus a new tight end. And you're going to expect him to give you the same GOAT performance when he didn't even do it in New England. Remember, Marcellus, the only reason Tom Brady had success last year because the Patriots had one of the best defenses we've seen in the decade.
How dare you get on TV and say the only? Do you know what this is? Okay, I'm not going to go in the past as much as I'm going to say what this is right now. What month is this? Let me look at my watch. September. Tom Brady in September. You know, in New England, they always say, oh, in Foxborough, December, January, it's a problem. Tom Brady, September, 8-4 the last 4 years. You know what that means? He kind of starts slow even when he wins a Super Bowl. Won't you respect that this guy still has his superpower and he's still the GOAT? But let's get somebody else in here to settle this argument. Our guy, Bucky Brooks. Bucky, it's been a long time, but please come and bring the noise. Is Tom Brady in Tampa this season going to be a GOAT again?
It's over. It's a done deal. We won't see Tom Brady like that. Tom Brady, it's a done deal, Marcellus. I hate it for you, but right now, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have buyer's remorse, and here's why. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a better quarterback in Jameis Winston, and they're looking at Tom Brady now, and they feel like they've been hoodwinked. They've been bamboozled. They've been run amok. It's led astray. It's over because here's what I have, because I know you guys go with facts over feelings. Yes. So I got some facts for you.
Please.
So in the last 10 games, your boy, the GOAT, Tom Brady's only 4-6. So the reason we celebrate him as the GOAT is because he's a winner. But he's only 4-6. So then let's go to stats, because I know sometimes when you talk about Dak, you guys like to bring out individual stats. So completion percentage, yards per attempt, passer rating. Tom Brady ranks in the bottom 5 of the guys that qualify.
He said bottom 5. Oh, God.
So then when I go back and I look and I'm like, okay, well, if I'm Bruce Arians, and maybe the reason why Bruce Arians went to the podium after the game was so distraught is because somebody probably gave him a copy of Jameis Winston's stats from the last 10 games. And when I look at Jameis Winston's last 10 games in Tampa, better completion percentage, higher yards per attempt, higher passer rating.
Good,
I think Bruce Arians is now going to the room saying, you know what? You guys told me that I'm getting the GOAT. I'm not getting the GOAT. I'm getting a sheep. And we
Not a sheep, Lord. Not a sheep. But can I quickly put something in context? I don't need it long, Marcellus, because it's just a game of hot potato that Bucky and I are playing. Bucky, you gave a stat, but I really want to drive it home. In 17 games last season, including postseason, Brady had a completion percentage of 60.5%. The only quarterbacks with a lower completion percentage, Andy Dalton, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Allen, Baker Mayfield, Andy Dalton. Marcellus, honestly, just throw in the towel, bro. I don't know if you got one by your desk, but just throw it in, because I can get the refs to ring the bell.
Man, y'all acting like Jameis Winston went out there and beat the Saints last year. Oh, he didn't. Oh, he lost both times. Oh, he had a 4-pick game. Oh, and he's talking about, I got buyer's remorse. He knows what Jameis gave him against this same team. It was a bad draw for a new coach, new system for Tom Brady. He comes out there and struggles in one game. Emmanuel Sanders say he don't look cute in a uniform. And then y'all gonna start grabbing numbers to give me a context of who the GOAT was and who the GOAT is. But you know what? You know somebody is lying to y'all, America.
I don't know what.
When they talk about a player in a season that is 16 games long, and they start off their argument, Bucky, with saying, well, in the last 10 games, excuse me, Dougie Fresh, the season is not 10 games. If y'all want to go season to season, I'm listening. If y'all going to start parsing and taking out whatever's good for Jameis and bad for Tom Brady, even though Tom Brady was in the playoffs, Jameis Winston wasn't, I do not have time for this. Y'all can't slice it any way y'all want it.
I mean, so this is what's so great about you, Marcellus. I knew that you would go back and talk about the playoffs, but do you remember what the last pass that Tom Brady threw for the New England Patriots looked like? It was a pick six. And then we saw against the Saints, it was a pick six. I'm beginning to think we are seeing trends. And remember, when Bruce Arians at the presser, he was like, oh, man, you know, if we just get a quarterback that can just take care of the ball, we'll win a ton of games, because that's the reason why they jettisoned Jameis Winston. Lo and behold, we now have a new turnover machine in Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. And so, however you like yours, I don't know if you like them cheese, cherry, apple, but he's serving up those turnovers, and the losses come right after that.
Marcellus, here's what you got to understand.
I am fighting this one to
When
the
Superman
death.
shows up to the scene, when Thor shows up to the scene, they don't say, oh, my God, they had a bad draw. That's what you're saying right now. How can the GOAT, Marcellus, have a bad draw? How can a super team have a bad draw? How can a team with Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, LaShawn McCoy, Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, coached by Bruce Arians, have a bad draw? They are the bad draw, Marcellus. Stop making excuses for a GOAT.